All right, everybody, just wanted to do a video to wrap the day up. I'm actually recording this just a few minutes after the regular close. I'm going to publish this late in the evening. So I just wanted to do a kind of an overall look at where we were at the market post Monday. Here's the ES, and it did exactly what I hoped, which is rallied. We got a nice rally up to that cute little top that I've tinted. And what I would like to see real soon now is for things like the ES and NQ and NVIDIA to all turn away from the strength they saw on Monday. So this bounce made total sense. When I examined things on Friday evening, it looked very primed for a bounce. So I'm kind of glad that it did. Let's just look at some select ETFs. And some I'll just sort of, I've not done these in advance. I don't have a ready-made list, so some I might just skip right over. But you know, the diamonds, gosh, not a lot to say on that. How about EFA? Yeah, not a lot to say on that either. I will mention with Brazil, EWZ, this has been a real favorite of mine for whatever reason. Hard stop is right there, 28.89. And considering that, you know, the NQ was up like hundreds of points today and it was green across the board, I can completely live with, you know, this nothing burger that just took place with EWZ. You know that I'm a fan of precious metals on the long side. Let's see if this holds. Here's the GLD stop at 220.40. And of course, I'm going to use this phrase again if it holds true. I want precious metals to basically live their own life, you know, to unshackle themselves from equities. My perfect scenario would be rising precious metals and dropping equities. That's what I want to see. As it is now, there's a very strong correlation between, you know, if one goes up, the other goes up. One goes down, the other goes down. You know, today, ES, NQ, RTY all green, GC and SI also green. And I'd rather they just have, you know, strike out on their own, because precious metals really should be regarded differently than equities. ITB, I'm a little annoyed with. I shrunk this position some way. This beautiful shooting star pattern on Thursday. We're starting to fight back. Long term, there's no difference at all. This is exceptionally overvalued. I'm just sort of irked that we had this much strength today in ITB. IWM. Of course, this peaked last week, past few years, high there. And we fell nicely on Thursday, stabilized on Friday, recovered some today. It's kind of a mess. I don't think it's time to get medium-term bullish on this until we go all the way to this gap. So I'm really looking toward that gap as a place to cover some shorts. The cubes up over 1.33%. And, you know, this gap is beckoning. And we've also got a gap up here, which I'd rather it not reach, but it may well do. But this is a very gappy market now. We are like exactly in the middle of those right now. And even though I'm doing ETFs right now, I'll just step aside and mention as far as NVIDIA goes, it would be so cool if this gap held 124.58. It may not. It may push right past it, at which time we got to watch this line here. That's kind of the last line of defense with respect to any plausible bearishness continuing with semiconductors. Back to the precious metals thing. Here's silver. And my stop on this one is at 26.09. Pretty much unchanged today. Fighting back from some weakness, but, you know, it was down a nickel. It's really not doing much of anything. Semiconductors, same point I was making with NVIDIA. This chart's not as clean as NVIDIA's is. I do have some puts on this. I've got you know, I will probably freak out if it goes above 260 and just get the devil out of those. I get kind of spoiled by this tumble here. But yeah, 260, it's probably overly tight. If I was made of tougher stuff, the appropriate gap would probably be way up there, a full $10 higher. But that's yikes. But here again, we're right in the middle of these two gaps, right there. As far as the spider goes, perfect support, this dashed line. This is the midline going back a full 15 years, over 15 years. And this is still, this little bitty top here is kind of what I'm watching. But if we continue to be strong, this gap higher up is what we really want to respect, the gap that took place between Tuesday and Wednesday. As far as bonds go, seeing some nice weakness there. If we get some meaningful weakness, especially if it cracks this trend line, that'll really play to the bearish cause. Did I talk about XHP already, or was I talking about ITB? I think I was talking about ITB. It doesn't matter. I'm actually only in XHB, but the movement's the same. I mean, they both really fought back hard today, which is annoying. Anything else? I don't know. I've sort of lost interest in XLUs these days, but yeah, there it is. Big deal. I think that's kind of it. So I'll just wrap it up here and let you get back to your life. Just in sum, I am long silver and gold. I'm short 8 different equity positions, 3 of which are ETFs. That is EWZ, SMH, and XHP, which we talked about already. Hope you're doing all right, and I will see you Tuesday.